What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Welcome back for another retro review. This is going to be Noah's Ark Season 1, Episode 1. So here's the thing. Noah's Ark is probably one of my favorite shows. As someone who's always been an ally to the community, this was the show that gave me sort of an insight into what Black gay life was like, or Black gay culture, because of course I did not know. Because when Noah's Ark first came out, I was young. Because I'm female. But I've loved this show. I've always loved this show. And they're actually coming up on their reunion, and they're doing a whole reunion special. So that's brought this back up. So I know my boy El Teddy 27 has already dropped a couple of the first episodes. And he was like, you should do it. You should do it. And at first I was like, well, I don't know. But I am, because I love this show. And I'm getting excited watching the episodes all over again. But anyway. So this is episode 1. Now, what a lot of people did not know, and honestly, I ain't figured out until, I don't know when exactly I figured it out, but I know I didn't make the connection in the beginning. The Ark of Noah's Ark is A-R-C. It's spelled A-R-C, and it's for his 3 best friends, Alex, Ricky, and Chance. And so these are 4 best friends in L.A. Noah's the main character, obviously. Noah is young, he's all of them are gay. Chance is a college professor, he's sort of very proper and stuffy, I guess. Ricky's the hoe of the group. Alex is happily married. He works at an HIV clinic. Alex is the one that everybody loves. He's the gossipy best friend, but, it's all love with him or what have you. I always say, whenever you hear me saying, "Gert," that's coming from Alex. Alex called everybody Gert. It was Gert. Anyway, so we start this episode off. The friends are down on the beach doing some rollerblading, and they run into Wade. Now, Wade is a friend of Noah's. Wade is the whole stereotypical masculine. Remember, this took place in the 90s, so he had the braids, the cornrows going straight to the back. And from the very beginning, you feel like there's something going on between Wade and Noah. They became friends writing at because Noah's a writer. He writes scripts, so he's trying to be a writer. And from the very beginning, they become, you feel like there's something there, but Wade is, they see him flirting with a girl, and Wade is identified as straight. But I don't think nobody's buying that. Anyway. So then we get to, we have a scene where Noah and Wade are meeting up to do some writing, and it's apparent from the beginning. Wade pulls up in a Hummer, honey. Wade said that he just sold one of his screenplays to Will Smith. It's going to be on the big screen. So, he's doing it, right? And they get to writing or whatever. And they have this whole conversation about, they're exchanging information with, scripts with each other. And Noah is telling him, you need to kind of maybe diversify a little bit. Maybe you should have some gay characters. And Wade was like, why I gotta have some gay characters? Like, I ain't gay, and very clear to let it know that he's not gay. But then, he invites himself to come over to Noah's apartment to show him the new Will Smith movie that he wrote or was a part of writing. And then he asked him about, well, where do you go party? Like, Wade is asking Noah. And Noah was like, well, I go to this club on Monday nights. I go to this club on Tuesday nights. I go to this club on Wednesday nights. And Noah was like, cool. Wade was like, cool. We'll go out together Wednesday. And so it's like, well, you going to the gay club. You invited Noah over. But none of this absolutely means that he's gay. He could be very cool with, who he is. And he cool with the fact that Noah is, that Noah is gay or whatever. And so, of course, Noah does what all of us do. We go and we talk to our friends about it. So, next we see Chance moving in with his boyfriend. His boyfriend actually has a daughter, which will become an issue in later episodes, but not so much in this first episode. But what is clear is that Chance and his boyfriend have moved really, really quickly. They had only been dating like 6 months before they moving in together. And you sort of see Chance, you see that Chance is ready for the next step, but very apprehensive about it. Very much not sure if he wants to give up his personal space. but he's in love, and he wants the relationship to work. So we see them moving and helping him move into his apartment, moving to the new house and everything. And this is where we get a chance to meet Alex's husband for the first time. Now, Alex is happily married, honey, and Alex's husband is fine. Okay, he's a cutie. And then we see Ricky. Ricky owns a store, so when they left from helping Chance go move in, they went past Ricky's store, and Ricky is the hoe of the group. Like, Ricky is the one that just he just can't control his hormones. He can't keep it in his pants. And he's got a coworker that, not a coworker, excuse me, because he owns the store. He has an employee that is making it very clear that he wants a little piece of that. And the rest of the guys are like, have you slept with him yet? And he was like, no, not yet. And they were like, well, we got $20, on the fact that you gonna sleep with him. And he was like, well, no, it's company policy that you don't fraternize with, with the help. And they were like, since when? Because we know that you did this, you did that, naming all the guys that he slept with that used to work with him. He was like, well, I'm trying something new because, it doesn't work out. And then they start thinking that the store is theirs and they get some input in what's going on. And we were like, you sitting there like, that's coming from experience. That is coming from experience, And later on in the episode, the guy is still, so they put 20 on it, and of course he takes the bet. But later on in the episode, the guy is still pushing up on Ricky, and Ricky is like, listen, you can't be working here. We're not going to sleep together if you're going to be working here. And so dude was like, all right, cool, then I quit. So what's up? And Ricky was like, well, no, you don't quit, you're fired. And honey, next thing you know, they getting it in. And Ricky was like, wait a minute, let me go turn off the video camera because they're in the back of the store when this is going down and he's got cameras going on. And dude was like, oh no, let it play. And I was like, that's probably not going to be a good idea, but okay, Ricky. So they go ahead and they get it in, right? They do the do and they get it in. But then Ricky is like, after they get done, Ricky was like, okay, you're hired again. Go do some work. And dude was like, wait a minute, what? Like, oh, that's only supposed to be a one-night stand? Like, this not going to be a relationship type thing? And Ricky was like, nah, I was horny. You were horny. We did what we did. It's a wrap. And so, oh boy ain't feeling that. So we'll see how that plays out. So Noah ends up going over to, Wade ends up coming over to Noah's house to watch the movie. And again, it's a little flirty, but not too over the top. But again, you definitely not sure whether he's flirting or he just being real cool. But again, you feel it. Noah wasn't really feeling the movie. He ended up falling asleep on the couch. So when the movie was over, he was like, well, you don't have to rush home if you don't want to. It's kind of late. If you want to stay here, you can stay here. And Wade was like, well, where would I sleep? And Wade was like, well, where would I sleep? And he was like, well, I mean, you could stay here. I don't mind sharing my bed. I was like, oh, you ain't even offer him the couch. You just went straight to the bed. And Wade kind of looked at him a little bit. It was kind of just like, nah, I'm going to go ahead and go home. I was like, oh, but you wanted to stay. But he was like, nah, I'm going to go ahead and go home, right? So then, when they was going out to the club, because Wade, I'm sorry, let me rewind. When they were getting ready to go out to the club, Noah shows up, but he's calling Alex and Chance, and he's like, well, how do I know if he's gay or not? And so all of them are giving him tips on what he need to look for to find out whether this man is gay. Of course, Ricky says, look for his porn collection. So Noah finds the porn collection. He's like, okay, is it guy porn or girl porn? And he was like, it's girl porn. He was like, okay, well, he said, but it's it's doggy style, and it's certain. He was like, well, that's inconclusive. Well, what kind of books does he like to read? So they go through the books. Of course, that's what Chance asked. What kind of books do you like to read? Nothing there. They said, well, what kind of music? So at first, nothing with the music. Then he gets to Mariah Carey, Diana Ross. And of course, when they get to Diana Ross, they were like, gay, 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 gay. But Wade comes in and is like, you know, you seeing something you like, you found something you like. And so Wade was like, well, you know, I mean, an ex-girlfriend left that here. You can take it if you want to. So, of course, that throws it off like, damn, we thought that meant he was gay. But now he's saying that ain't really his, you know. So, Chance is moving out of his apartment. He's getting the last of his little things. And he tries to turn his keys in to the landlord. You could tell him and the landlord have a really great relationship. And he tried to turn the keys into the landlord. And the landlord said, you paid up to the end of the month. Go ahead and keep those keys. And hopefully that means I'll see you at least one more time before you leave for good. Then last but not least, we have Alex and his boyfriend. Husband. Alex and his husband. So we see where Alex and his husband, you know, Alex was too busy gossiping one night. His husband was trying to get him a piece. Alex was too busy gossiping, pushed him off of him. And then when he came back and was trying to get him, son, husband was asleep. Like, you know, you missed your opportunity. So Ricky is helping Alex clean off the husband's computer. It's got some sort of virus or something. And as they're going through the husband's computer, honey, what do they find? They find one of those like ads, like I guess, you know, back in the day type ad, like an Adam for Adam kind of thing. And he's got pictures and everything. And it's like a porn website. And so, of course, Alex is like, dude, what? Ricky was like, oh, you didn't know that your husband was on this porn website? And, of course, Alex tried to play it off like he knew or whatever, but he really didn't know, honey. So we see where that's going. So, you know, it's the first episode. It was the pilot. So you see the situation between Noah and Wade, whether Noah is gay or not. But Noah's playing very, very straight. But he flirting. He's trying to fill himself out. You know what I'm saying? We have Chase and his new relationship moving in with his boyfriend. We got Ricky just being Ricky child. And then, of course, we have Alex and his husband kind of going through some growing pains a little bit. So that's sort of the premise of where we are. That's the first episode, you guys. Let me know what y'all think. If you haven't, if you've never seen Noah's Ark, please, please, please. I know there's some links out there. I think El Teddy dropped the link on his video of where you can find the 2 seasons for free. And I'll try to I'll get it and put it in the description box for you guys if you need to find it. If not, it is on Amazon Prime. You can buy the season for $9.99 if you want to just go ahead and buy it. But let me know what you guys think. Talk to you later. Peace.